So I see the demons out here trying to confuse everybody on why Trump removed the database of police misconduct. They're trying to spin it as in he's trying to get rid of all the evidence of what they've done. But let me break this down to y'all, because y'all already know I can relate to almost anybody and make these things they're trying to confuse you with seem so simple because they're making it seem so difficult. Like I say, that's the easiest way to spot a demon. And always remember, these words are spells. When Trump is talking, he try to be direct and clear on what he's saying, versus the demons. They'll use words they already know you will get confused with. So check it. I found this article right here. Trump's Department of Justice removes database tracking police misconduct. So this database was created to help law enforcement agencies make more informed hiring decisions when considering applicants with a history on their force. As y'all can see, Trump was the one that floated the idea back following George Floyd's death, and then Biden was the one that put it through executive order in 2022 and became launched in 2023. The thing here is Trump was going to use it for something else versus what Biden used it for. So I'm going to explain how Biden used it versus how Trump was planning on using it. First, I'm going to start off with this database was never deleted. Only the demons are trying to make you think all the information is gone. It is still there. They just can't hop up on there and manipulate anything. That's what they're afraid of for obvious reasons. Trump was actually planning on having his database available for all law enforcement, meaning like a private site that only they can access, but everyone can, to make sure they don't hire criminals, which are rogue officers that don't believe in the law because they are above the law in their mind. And as y'all can see, everything is listed on his database on what they was looking for to make their hires. But what Biden did was completely hide it from all law enforcement, so they wouldn't even know who they're hiring. You see, these executive orders can be used for the good or the bad. The demons clearly use it for the bad, and it appears as Trump is taking the blame for what they done. But I'm gonna take this a step deeper. So I'm about to give you a few examples from my personal life so I can understand how it can really affect somebody from what they're doing and what they about to do with the database. So some years back, like in 2016, right, I had gotten this brand new Mazda 6, the 2017 version. So I was the first one in town with it, and it had 22s on that thing, right? So one day I'm riding down the road and I see cops everywhere. They're literally setting people up and pulling them over, right? So of course I'm always vigilant on the road because I work on the road. So I've slowed down. I'm going 30 and a 35, right? So I'm driving down the hill, and next thing you know, a cop was right behind me. So I hit a left, hit a left, hit a right, hit a right. I was like, ain't no way you about to pull me over, buddy. And it pulled me over, right? Boom. So I'm like, why am I getting pulled over? I wasn't speeding, right? This dude said I was going 47 in a 35 when I know for a fact I was going 30 miles per hour. Long story short, he said I could fight in the court, and I was like, I'll see you there. So in between court time, I had to learn how to present my case, which I did, right? So court come, right? And he asked me his questions. Boom. It's my turn to ask questions. So the first question I asked, how did he catch me speeding? Then he said he used LiDAR detection, right? But during my process of learning how to present my case, I had to think about every question he could have possibly asked, or every response he could have possibly asked, right? But boom, I know I had his ass right there. So I was like, how did you catch me speeding going down a hill on a curve if LiDAR detection can only detect a straightaway, as in on a highway? The dude was speechless. The judge looked at him like he was stupid, and then looked at me and said guilty. And from that day forward, I already knew the system is rigged beyond repair. And the crazy thing is, I ended up delivering the judge his mail the next day. And then he had that speechless look on his face because he knew he was wrong. But after that, maybe a week or so afterwards, I was riding around, and then I rolled by a group of cop cars, right? I see one slide out, and then he started following me. Then he, boom, lied at me for no reason. Hit the left, right, the same thing. I'm like, I can't be getting pulled over again. So boom, I pulled over. I asked why I'm pulled over. He had no answer. You know what I'm saying? Asked my ID and everything. So boom, gave my ID, came back. And I was like, what's up? I just came from court. I'm like, why am I keep getting pulled over for no reason, bro? And basically I explained the dude that just pulled me over that I had court with, right? I told him his name, and the dude just looked at me. He just shook his head just like this. Then he walked back to his vehicle, right? And he came back and gave me a warning because he knew it was a setup. And then after that, probably in a period of about 9 months, I probably got pulled over about 3-4 more times, right? And I know at least 3 of those times I got tickets for no reason. So y'all know what that is? A domino effect. Now my insurance rates was looking at $600-700 a month, bro. I remember back in the day, that was rent. Like that alone could have destroyed my life. If I wasn't for the post office that saved me a few $100s off of that, which I'm still paying. I was still paying like $400 something a month for insurance for years for no reason. Another example, just last year, I got in a car accident at work. I was literally just at a stop sign, crossing an intersection in the middle of a neighborhood, bruh, going like 5-10 miles per hour. I got T-boned on my door by a lady going 45, 50 miles per hour in a 25 under a yield sign, bruh. It was clear as day she was speeding and not paying any attention. Because why are you going that fast in a neighborhood? But guess what? They had the nerve to blame me. I mean, for one, because it's easier to always blame the post person because we have direct access to the treasury. And for two, they could just target whoever they want to because they could choose who they want to give the ticket to, whoever they want to. And you know what I'm saying? Any accident. And all I'm going to say is, color has a lot to do with it. I don't care what nobody say. That's how it be a lot of times. So anyways, I end up getting a ticket for the accident. That was clearly her fault. And not only that, it was a criminal offense while I'm at work, bro. Meaning, if I'm charged with that, that means I'm technically considered a criminal from an accident that happened at work. That wasn't my fault. So now I'll be on the list like I was before and keep getting pulled over and harassed because I look like a criminal in the system. But luckily, I went to court and made sure they didn't charge me with that because I was going to fight the charge. They decided to drop it because they knew the charge was wrongfully and they knew I had a whole case and I wasn't going to let this slide because I showed out at the accident scene. I'm not going to lie, because why? Y'all trying to give me a criminal charge? That's hers. She hit me going twice the speed limit in a neighborhood under a blinking yield sign, bro. Like, it was so obvious. But I said all that to say this. The misconduct all the police officers continuously do literally changes people's lives. It's a domino effect after the fact. So since the executive order was used in the wrong way, they brought to clean that up and make everything public. Like when I mentioned earlier, the database that has all the misconduct on it was only accessible to law enforcement officers, right? It's going to be accessible just like our credit report. So all the public can see it if they choose to buy it. Meaning the police can't even hide their own stuff if they wanted to. This is the only way they have full transparency to the society. So we can all choose if these people are fit to even be a police officer, a deputy. You know what I'm saying? Any law enforcement, anybody in the system, they need the permission of the people. And if we see their record and we deem it not fit for our community, boom, you can't be in our community trying to protect it because you are a tyrant. You're a rogue officer. You cannot be on the force of any good because oftentimes it's a source of bad. They usually coerce you into breaking the law, which leads down the wrong path plenty of times. We all seen it. For instance, let's say you about to get pulled over for no reason. Let's say you might have a little something in the car, but you ain't bothering nobody. Now you want to go on a police chase because you're afraid to go to jail. When technically, if you have anything and you didn't harm anybody, that's not breaking the law, it's breaking the policy. And I'm gonna make a video about that because a lot of people don't know there's a difference of the law and policy. The policy is a legal system they placed on top of the lawful system, which is a system of universal law, which goes beyond this realm. But anyways, I hope y'all picked up what I put down. Y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.